Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus camera glass replacement. Before I start, I will cover two camera modules so that those are not going to be heated while I do the first one. This is the kit that I got for this camera glass replacement. It comes with 6. In the event one goes bad during the replacement, you have another one to use. And also this is the correct orientation of the camera glasses when they are installed. For this one I will be using my heat gun at 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have heated the first camera module or the first camera glass that is broken for 58 seconds. The air output is at the minimum 10%. This is the blade that came with the kit. I just pressed the blade near the camera bezel circle area, and then the camera broken glass is going to move. So the way I like to do this is to have the blade go under the camera glass and especially under the double-sided tape. So this is going to let me remove the camera glass and the double-sided tape altogether. So for this one I was able to remove a piece of broken camera glass first. Then I inserted the blade again, this time below the double-sided tape and the broken camera glass, and then I'm separating the broken camera glass and the camera bezel. While doing this, make sure that you do not touch the camera module and you do not scratch anything near the camera module. You can see when the temperature is right on the camera bezel area, you will be able to remove the broken camera glass and the double-sided tape altogether very easily. So for this first one, I was able to remove this big piece of broken camera glass, and you can see the double-sided tape is on the back here. I just kept pulling and removed the big piece of double-sided tape that was on the inside of the camera bezel. So what you're seeing now is double-sided tape or small piece of glue that I'm trying to scratch and remove out of the camera bezel area where the new camera glass has to sit. While doing this, I needed to be extremely careful not to scratch the camera module lens or the camera module. If you have to do this, make sure that you're very careful not to damage your camera modules. If it gets damaged, you will need a new camera module. So let's move on to number 2. But before that, you need to cover number 1 because it has an exposed camera module. And if you let it expose, it can take the heat directly on the camera module and might damage it or might create some issues down the road. So same thing here, I heat it for 1 minute and 5 seconds, 600 Fahrenheit, air output 10%. So here for number 2, the same thing, just press the blade near the edge where you have a broken camera glass and then it is going to move. This is what I did, and then I started pulling the broken camera glass and the double-sided tape all together. So most likely due to the amount of broken glass this one has, it got a little bit difficult to lift everything together. So this is why I had to pull a piece of broken glass first, then gently tap the device on the table for all the pieces of glass to fall on the table and not on the inside. So now that I have a larger opening, I just inserted the blade below the broken camera glass and the double-sided tape, and then started moving the blade in order to remove or detach the broken camera glass and double-sided tape from the camera bezel circle. I had to resort to the tweezer in order to pull everything all together. First try with the tweezer didn't work. For the tweezer, make sure that you have a strong grip on the broken camera glass and the double-sided tape that is below it. You need to start pulling with enough force so that the double-sided tape is getting detached from the camera bezel. So for your case, while you're doing this, while pulling the broken camera glass and the tape all together, you can have everything facing the table so that all the broken camera glass or residue fall on the table and not on the camera bezel area and on the camera module lens. So next, it is time to gently tap the device on the table so that all the debris, the broken glass, fall on the table and not stay on the camera bezel area. For the third one, you need to do the same thing. Protect the camera module that is exposed, and then you should start hitting the camera glass that is broken. For this third broken camera glass, I heated the device for 68 seconds. Then just bring the blade near the camera glass, then press on the edge where the blade and the camera bezel meet. Then you should have a broken camera glass moving. You insert the blade below the broken camera glass and the double-sided tape, and you start lifting everything all together. So while doing this, if you see any loose broken camera glass that may fall on the inside on the camera modules, gently tap the device on the back for those to fall on the table. After lifting 1/4 of the broken camera glass, I just need a strong grip with my tweezer and then start pulling the whole thing all together. So just like that, I was able to remove the last broken camera glass with the double-sided tape still attached to it. This one came out very good with a very minimal glue left on the inside of the camera bezel. Now time to gently tap the device on the table in order to push all the debris and everything on the table. It is time to visually inspect the camera modules. If you have an air blower, blow some air on them and then test all the cameras. Zoom from the ultra wide all the way to the 30x. Make sure that everything is on focus before you start the installation of the new camera glasses. Make sure you install the right camera lens in the right camera module area. Just remove a small portion of the blue protecting film on the double-sided tape. Then grab the camera glass with the tweezer. Make sure that you do not touch the area where there is no double-sided tape. Align the camera lens with the area where it has to go. If it doesn't go right away, you can push it with the tweezer to make sure that it goes in the circle. Once it is fully inserted inside the circle, you can start applying some small pressure for the camera glass to be fully seated and installed. Remove the blue plastic covering the double-sided tape. Then bring the camera lens near the area where it has to go. Make sure that it is fully inserted inside the circle. Align if needed with the tweezer. Then after that, you can start applying some light pressure so that it is fully seated on the inside of the camera bezel. This is the third camera glass. This one has the largest black circle on the edges of the camera lens. The first two camera lenses, the ultra wide and the main camera, are the same camera lens with the same black circle on the edge of the camera glass. For this third one also, make sure that you align the camera glass with the camera bezel, especially where it has to go. Then apply some light pressure so that the camera glass is fully seated on the inside. Once you're sure that it is fully seated, start applying some more pressure on all the camera glasses that you just installed. So now it is time to remove the plastic protecting the outside of the camera glasses, and then after that you can do a visual inspection of all the camera glasses to make sure that they are fully installed and you do not see any cracks or any hairline, something of that sort. Inside the kit they also provided some dust absorber and a microfiber cloth in order to clean the camera lenses once you have done the installation. It is very important to test all the cameras again after you have done the installation. If the camera lens that you install is dirty or it has some fingerprint on it, it might not work as well as if it was clear. So that's why you need to test all the cameras from the ultra wide all the way to the 30x.